When I have my brain functions back, I'm going to read both of these books, and as I usually do with everybody who comes on the show, put a piece of the interview up, something to give people a taste so they can come back and listen to the whole entire aspect and plan of this. The thing that I most want our people to understand is that, or what I try to instill in people, is that I don't believe in supremacy. I'm practically self-educated. I went to school in Brooklyn. Those teachers weren't really wanting or trying to educate me in the best way that they could, and I can understand that. I was a threat and an enemy to their society, to their way of life, to their sovereignty within this nation. If we look at this nation, it's theirs. They're sovereigns within this, and their justice system kind of proves that to a lot of us every now and then. So I would like to ask, what is your views on the idea or concept of white supremacy?
Well, I'm going to go ahead and start on this one, Griff. As far as being an educator, like I said, I just, was in a PhD. Most of those professors and teachers don't know what they're talking about anyway. It's only a small group of people that really understand the system. Everybody else is just regurgitating what they learned from the past system. As far as white supremacy, white supremacy, what they call now, and you can do the research on this, is they call it whiteness. So whiteness is a mentality. It's not a actual race or, anything like that. It's just a mentality. So you could have black whiteness, you could have white whiteness, you could have Asian whiteness. So the whole thing is that white supremacy, is they say it is real. But the whole thing is, our goal is not to even really worry about white supremacy, because that sort of throws you off, and more or less focus on building our own communities, our own nation within a nation, as people like W.B. Du Bois has stated. So when we hear stuff like white supremacy, the only thing we do is go after them and show them how, as far as in our books, show how the so-called white people aren't supreme. And 5 books that we wrote together, and I wrote 14 altogether, several by myself. We show how, just the whole white system, design this. We did extensive research and writing it in Religion, Politics, and Freemasonry, violent attack against Africa, ancient Africa. So, our thing was, hold on, let's just debunk this concept that whites are supreme. But I think our most in-depth book on economics is Do Freemasons Worship Lucifer? And in there, people are saying, well, Freemasons worship Lucifer, they is satanic or what, blah, blah, blah. But if you do the research on Freemasonry, like we had spoke about before, you'll find that it was an economic thing in order to destroy the Knights Templar. So the church went after the Knights Templar because the Knights Templar had started a banking system. And so one of the tactics they used in order to dispel or destroy the Knights Templars was they came up with the concept of Freemasons or Knights Templars worship Lucifer. So, I suggest that people look at our book, Do Freemasons Worship Lucifer, which you can get on all our books on lulu.com, where we self-publish.
As far as, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Oh, no, brother, I was waiting for you to step in and chime in with your side of, or your perspective of this.
Okay, as far as, what Mike said, I can't add too much to it, but, white supremacy is actually fading. The reason why we're catching a lot of more of the wrath now is because they see that their world is crumbling. They see that China is becoming the number one economy in the world. They see that their numbers are dwindling worldwide, as well as in the United States, where they now have admitted that all the children, preschool-age children, now outnumber white people. So they see that numbers dwindling, so anybody that's backed in the corner is going to come out swinging. And so what we've been taught, through Dr. Malachi York, is to get out of the way. We're gonna, as Seti says, bang on the beast. per se, but, you know what I'm saying, we're going to bang on the beast, but we're going to get out of the beast's way, you know. So white supremacy is coming to an end, you know, if the whiteness, as Mike calls it, is eradicated. So with all of the cats out there that so-called conscious are putting it out there, we'll be able to eradicate this system that's in place.
Most definitely. There is another brother out there, and he injected a lot of perspective into my life because, I mean, I watched him stand against so many different ideologies and just destroy them all with logic. In fact, I posted a video the other day, I think Brother Keto seen it, to where there was a man, and he had an ideology. And, you know, it was sound in the church. It was, I would say, profound, and it inspired a lot of people. But when we got down to the core of it, logic pretty much destroyed everything that he was talking about. I even wrote a blog about it, predating the demise of it, because once I seen him start to argue with a sister, the way he argued and handled that situation, I knew the end of his theology was coming to a forefront. Now, this brother usually says something, and he says we have to conspire against them, not in an illegal way, but conspire against them in a way that they can't take what we have. They're going to want it so bad that they would do whatever it takes to have it or be a part of it. We've already, I think we lost music. We've lost cinema or control of it. We've lost a lot of control about media, but social media has given us a lot of leeway and strength in that. And that's probably how I met you two brothers, and I'm doing this interview right now. That's through social media, through a young lady who was my first interview ever about religious dogma, doctrine, and relationship strategies. And, you know, I want to mention Miss Heather Hayes and thank her